Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to discuss the topics of chapter number 12, current electricity. Now we are going to discuss today the topics thermocouples, variation in thermoelectric EMF with the temperature, the resistance thermometers and the numericals solutions. Now students, thermocouples, what are the thermocouples? We are going to define it and explaining how it works, but before it I want to highlight one point. In 1821 there was a scientist named Thomas Seebeck. He searched experimentally for a relation between electricity and heat. Now students, ये जो थॉमस सीबेक था 1821 में सिंपली इसने एक एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, वो कुछ इस तरीके से कि इसने टू डिफरेंट मटेरियल्स की रॉड्स ली, यानी जिनका टेम्परेचर डिफरेंट था. ठीक है, तो इसने इन दोनों रॉड्स को आपस में कनेक्ट किया, क्योंकि इसको ये मालूम था कि जो करंट का फ्लो है वो हाई पोटेंशियल से लो पोटेंशियल की तरफ होता है. तो इसने इन दोनों रॉड्स को जॉइन किया, यानी एक का टेम्परेचर डिफरेंट था और दूसरी रॉड का टेम्परेचर डिफरेंट था. तो ये दो डिफरेंट मटेरियल्स लेके जब इसने इनको कनेक्ट किया और इनके साथ इसने करंट की मेजरमेंट के लिए कोई डिवाइस लाइक गैल्वानोमीटर का इस्तेमाल किया, तो इसने ये नोट किया कि गैल्वानोमीटर पे डिफ्लेक्शन शो हो रहा है, यानी ये जो टू डिफरेंट मेटल्स की जो रॉड्स हैं इनमें करंट फ्लो कर रहा है. ठीक है, तो इसने इस तरीके से यहाँ पर हीट और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को बाकायदा तौर पे ऑब्जर्व किया. Now, Seebeck effect. What is the Seebeck effect here? Seebeck effect हम simply कुछ इस तरह डिफाइन कर सकते हैं कि Seebeck effect हमारी इन दोनों रॉड्स के दरमियान जब इनको कनेक्ट किया जाता है, यानी एक का टेम्परेचर कम होता है और दूसरी का टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा होता है, तो इनके दरमियान जो करंट है यानी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं, जो चार्जेस हैं, वो फ्लो करना स्टार्ट होते हैं, यानी बैलेंसिंग होने जा रही होती है. तो इस वजह से ये इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फ्लो हो रहे होते हैं. तो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के फ्लो होने के दौरान ये जो हमें करंट मिलता है, इस करंट को, यानी अगर हम अपनी इन दोनों रॉड्स को आपस में कनेक्ट करें और इनका टेम्परेचर डिफरेंट हो, तो हम ये नोट करेंगे कि इनमें करंट फ्लो कर रहा है. हमारे पास वोल्ट मीटर या गैल्वानोमीटर पर डिफ्लेक्शन आना, ये बेसिकली सीबेक इफेक्ट को शो करता है. सीबेक इफेक्ट इन दोनों रॉड्स के कनेक्ट करने पर इनमें से फ्लो होने वाले करंट की रिप्रेजेंटेशन है. Now, thermoelectric EMF and thermoelectric current. बेसिकली इन रॉड्स के दरमियान फ्लो होने वाले चार्जेस को हम थर्मोइलेक्ट्रिक करंट बोलते हैं, और वो पोटेंशियल, यानी वो पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस जो इन दोनों रॉड्स के दरमियान जो कि डिफरेंट मटेरियल्स की रॉड हैं और डिफरेंट टेम्परेचर रखती हैं, इस वजह से इनके दरमियान जो पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस पाया जाता है उसको हम थर्मोइलेक्ट्रिक EMF का नाम देते हैं. नाउ व्हाट इज द थर्मोकपल? थर्मोकपल बेसिकली टू जंक्शन सर्किट, जिसको हम सिंपली इस तरह यहाँ पर डिफाइन कर रहे हैं और रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. नाउ इस प्रोसेस के दौरान हमारी जो हीट एनर्जी होती है वो डायरेक्टली इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट हो रही होती है. नाउ हियर वी हैव अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. द सीबेक इफेक्ट इज रिवर्सिबल. दैट इज, if the hot and cold junctions are interchanged, the direction of the EMF and hence current reversed. Now this is the very simple point, students. Now we can see here we have another very important point. Its temperature dependence is given by the formula EMF or potential difference is equal to alpha into T plus 1 divided by 2 beta into temperature or T square, where the alpha and beta are the constants. We can call them the thermoelectric coefficient, which depends on the nature of the materials. Now students, we are going to discuss the variation in the thermoelectric EMF with the temperature. Now students, we have the combination like this, means we have two different wires, copper wire and iron wire, and we have connected them like this. One end of the combination of copper and iron wire is inside the beaker A, which has hot water, or we have here burner to increase the temperature of beaker A, and the another end of the copper and iron wires connection or end inside the beaker B. Now in beaker B we have ice. Both are connected like in this combination, and here we have the measuring device, galvanometer or voltmeter. Now here we are going to represent the few points for this combination. Now keeping the junction B at 0 degree, here we have ice for this. Now the temperature of the junction A is increased. Now we are increasing the temperature of junction A by using the burner here. So when the both junctions are at the same temperature, so there is no thermo EMF. Now students, you will give me the answer why there is no EMF when the both junctions are at the same temperature. Why there is no thermo EMF? So now students, here we have another very important point. The thermo EMF increases with the temperature and reaches a maximum value at a certain temperature, which is called the neutral temperature or Tn. Now students, here we have the graph between the thermo EMF and the temperature. Now on x-axis we have temperature, and on y-axis we have the thermo EMF. Now we have discussed the neutral temperature. Now what is the neutral temperature? Here we are going to define it. The thermo EMF increases with the temperature, this is the main point, and reaches a maximum value at a certain temperature. Now this temperature is known as the neutral temperature, which we are going to represent as Tn. Now where is Tn? Now this is the Tn. Here the peak value is in this graph here. Now at this point we have the neutral temperature. Now this point is representing the neutral temperature. Now students, the another point is the value of the neutral temperature is constant for a thermocouple. Now means for a specific thermocouple or a material which we have constant material, so the temperature or natural temperature is constant for this. Now we have the another point. Its value means the natural temperature's value depends on the nature of the materials. Now this is the important parameter. Now it depends on the nature of the materials, and it is independent of the temperature of the cold junction. Now, this is also very important point here. Now, as the temperature of the hot junction is increased, the thermo EMF starts decreasing instead of increasing. Now, the particular temperature at which the thermo EMF becomes zero is called inversion temperature. Now, students, where is the inversion temperature? This is the inversion temperature, where the value of the thermo EMF is going to zero. So now this point is representing as the inversion temperature. Now this point. Now students, we are going to discuss the resistance thermometers. We can simply define as it is the instrument which is used to measure a change in the temperature by its effect on the electrical resistance of a platinum or other metal wire. Now students, अगर हम इसकी फॉर्मेशन देखते हैं तो ये बड़ी सिंपल सी है. हमारे पास एक सिलेंडर टाइप एक रॉड होती है, जैसे कि आपको ये नज़र आ रही है. तो एक सिलेंडर टाइप एक रॉड होती है जिसके ऊपर प्लैटिनियम वायर को हमने कुछ इस तरीके से अरेंज किया हुआ होता है. यानी यूँ समझिए कि हमने इसकी वाइंडिंग की हुई होती है लाइक दिस. प्लैटिनियम वायर की अपने इस सॉलिड सिलेंडर यूँ समझ लीजिए या अपनी इस रॉड के ऊपर. ठीक है, एक रॉड है हमारे पास. इस रॉड के ऊपर हमने प्लैटिनियम वायर की कुछ इस तरीके से अरेंजमेंट की हुई होती है और इनके ऊपर एक ग्लास की कोटिंग की जाती है. ठीक है, तो ये फॉर्मेशन बेसिकली हमें रेजिस्टेंस थर्मोमीटर्स को रिप्रेजेंट कर रही होती है. नाउ इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड द रेजिस्टेंस टेम्परेचर डिटेक्टर्स, मीन्स RTD. They are used to measure the temperature by correlation the resistance of the RTD element with temperature. Now the R versus T means resistance versus temperature relationship is defined for the resistance thermometers as the amount of resistance change of the sensor per degree of the temperature change. Means simply you can use the formula for the relation of resistance and temperature. Here the delta R upon delta T means the amount of change, the amount of resistance change means delta R, per degree temperature change means delta T. Now the platinum is the best metal for RTDs because it follows a very linear resistance temperature relationship, and also it follows the R versus T means resistance versus temperature relationship in a highly repeatable manner over a wide temperature range. Now the unique properties of the platinum make it the material of choice for the temperature standards over the range of -185 degrees Celsius to 630 degrees Celsius. Now they are slowly replacing the use of thermocouples in many industrial applications below 600 degrees Celsius due to the higher accuracy and repeatability. Now students, here I have a question. What are the industrial applications of the resistance thermometers? Now what are the industrial applications of the resistance thermometers? You will give the two examples at least. Okay, now here students, we are going to solve the some numerical problems, or we are going to discuss the some numerical solutions of our book. We have a numerical. They are saying that a battery has an EMF of 12.8 volts and supplies a current of 3.2 amperes. What is the resistance of the circuit? Means we are going to find the resistance, or capital R, and how many coulomb leave the battery in 5 minutes. Now we are going to find the coulomb means charge. We will find resistance and the Q as coulombs. Now here we have the data of this numerical, means voltage is 12.8 volts and the current is 3.2 amperes. Now here we have the time, t is equal to 5 minutes. We are going to convert it into seconds, so multiplying by the 60, 15 to 60 is equal to 300, and we will find R and delta Q. Okay, now in solution, first we are going to find the value of resistance, means R. So simply we know that the Ohm's law, which is V is equal to IR. We can arrange this formula for the value of R, so we get R is equal to V upon I. Now this is our equation number 1. We have the value of V and I, so putting the values into equation number 1, we get R is equal to 12.8 divided by 3.2. Now after solving these values, we get R is equal to 4 ohms. Now we are going to find the delta Q. So here also we know that the formula of the current, which is I is equal to delta Q upon T, means rate of change of charge. Okay, now we can arrange the arrange this formula for the delta Q. So delta Q is equal to I into T. This is the equation number 2. Now here we know that the value of I, which is 3.2 ampere, and the small t or time is equal to 300 seconds. So putting the values into equation number 2, we get the answer as 960 coulombs. Now students, this is the another example or numerical. Here a carbon electrode has a resistance of 0.125 ohms at 20 degree centigrade. Now the temperature coefficient of carbon is minus 0.0005 at 20 degree centigrade. Now what will be the resistance of the electrode at 85 degree Celsius? So we are going to find the resistance at this temperature. Now here we have the data. We have temperature T1, which is 20 degree centigrade, the resistance R1, which is equal 0.125 ohms, the temperature 2 is 85 degrees Celsius, and we have alpha, which is called the temperature coefficient. Okay, we have alpha equal to minus 0.0005 Now here we have the difference between the temperatures, means T2 minus T1. So we have 65 degrees. Now we will find the R2 or the resistance at 85 degree. Okay. Now here we have the solution. We note the we have the basic formula for this combination or condition. The R2 is equal to R1 into 1 plus alpha delta T. Now this is the equation number 1. We have the values, so putting the values into equation 1, we get R2 is equal to 0.125 into 1 plus minus 0.0005 multiply 65. Now after solving this value, we have the resistance at 85 degree Celsius, which is 0.12 ohms. Now students, here we have the last numerical. Calculate the resistance of a wire 10 meter long that has a diameter of 2 millimeter and resistivity of 2.6 exponent minus 2 ohm meter. Now student, simply here we have the data like length is equal to 10 meter, diameter is equal to 2 millimeter, which will convert into meter. Okay, so we have the resistivity, which is 2.63 exponent minus 2 ohm meter. Now the symbol of resistivity is rho. Now we are going to find the resistance, means capital R. So we have simply the formula for the resistance, which is R is equal to rho L upon A. Students, this is the equation number 1. Here we have the value of capital L and rho, but we don't know the value of A. So first we will find the value of A. For the value of A, we have the formula for the radius, which is equal diameter upon 2. Because we have the diameter, so we are using this formula. R is equal to D upon 2. Now here is the formula for the area of the cross section. A is equal to pi r square. Now putting the value of R into this formula, we get pi into D upon 2 square. Okay, now after putting the values and solution, we have the area of cross section is like this. Okay, now we have both we have 3 values for equation number 1, means rho, L and A. So putting the values into equation number 1, we get R is equal to like 2.63 exponent minus 2 into 10 divided by 3.14 exponent minus 6. Okay, now the final value of R is this. Now students, today we have very simple questions, but to find the question you will have to go through the lecture, and you will have to watch the lecture at least 2 times, and you will give the answer of my questions which I have asked during my lecture. So students, लेक्चर को 1 या 2 मरतबा दोबारा से देखिए, और लेक्चर के दौरान जो क्वेश्चंस मैंने आपसे किए हैं स्लाइड्स पे, उन क्वेश्चंस के आंसर मुझे सेंड कीजिए.